in the news right now is an article that I was certainly expecting, something that I was talking about since I started the channel 00 Days, as well as in my meetings around the country where I spoke to thousands of people that were willing to get in their cars and drive out to these meetings. And this is where freedom gets removed, where people that believe in the greater good ideology over individual liberty come to the fore and do the president's dirty work for him. And as I've said in many of the videos I've just put out, and especially the last one, that the president has contradicted himself, and now he's using CEOs of companies who he's been in meetings with extensively to do his dirty work. And in this article in Finance 24, Piet Mouton, who is the CEO of the PSG Group, says the unvaccinated must have limited access to malls and businesses. I'll give you the link to this article in the description below the video, as well as the first comment as usual. But I want to highlight a few things in this article right now and certain things that he has decreed. But please go and read his full public letter, okay, to see where his mind is at. And there's quite a few subheadlines, but here's a part where he says, therefore, for those who either cannot or refuse to see the ripple effect of their choice not to vaccinate, may we just suggest that they then also accept the following. They lose their right to complain about the state of the economy. If their business is struggling, they must accept that they have contributed to its potential demise. If there is more social unrest fueled by poverty and unemployment exacerbated by further lockdowns, they should know that they have failed to play their part in preventing it. They should not complain about a lack of service delivery if the deeds office, municipal offices, driver's license centers, etc. are closed because somebody contracted COVID-19. They should accept this as a consequence of their choices. They should not complain, but should accept lockdowns, curfews, and other regulations deemed necessary to curb infections. If schools are closed, they should accept that they have failed their children and the children of the country and are preventing them from being educated. If they fall ill with COVID-19, they should accept that seeking help from an overburdened healthcare system would have been avoided and that they have helped push our country back into lockdown. They should also accept that by overburdening the healthcare system, they potentially prevent others from accessing hospital ICUs, thereby depriving them of much needed medical care. The potential loss of lives will be at the hands of those who do not vaccinate. He has declared this. And then he says choice comes with responsibility and consequences. That is absolutely correct. And I've warned people a long time ago that if you want to have choice, you need to become self-reliant and fast. Because people like him will drive so many things now that's going to make it impossible for you to live life as per normal. And then he says, so we urge you to please reconsider your choice carefully and get vaccinated to protect yourself, to protect your love, those you love, to protect our very fragile society and to help rebuild our economy. And he said just before this, the president has alluded to some form of restriction for the unvaccinated, and we support this. Obviously, there are individuals with specific medical conditions that may have legitimate concerns about vaccination, but these individuals are so few relative to the size of our entire population that making an exception for them to not be vaccinated should not pose a risk to society at large. The problem is that the majority of South Africans have chosen not to be vaccinated. And this is very different to the United States and many other countries where the majority of people have been vaccinated. This is not the case in South Africa. The majority of South Africans, and we are on the top of the red list in the world of countries, the highest, that don't want to be vaccinated, that are vaccine hesitant. And he is saying that action needs to be taken immediately to take care of these people and that their rights need to be removed. And he says here, and this is the key, if you are not vaccinated, your access to restaurants, public parks, shopping centers, airports, businesses, educational institutions, etc. should be limited. He has no right to tell you not to go into a public space. Who does he think he is? He can keep you out of his business. He can keep you out of his private place. That is fine. But he has no right to tell you not to go into a public space. That is typical greater good ideology versus individual liberty. The people of this country need to very quickly organize if they want to maintain their freedoms and stop people like this from dictating to you how to live your life. And this is my greatest concern now and my greatest efforts, that we organize together and put in place a new governance system as fast as possible, put a new constitution in place so that people like this do not get this kind of airplay against your freedom. Thank you very much. Till the next video.